thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of it. Hey, you know what? I just read it. They put it in front of me. I read it. That's it. It's my job. And I always do my job. I have an email here from a listener named Kelly. Kelly writes in and says, I am a very open-minded woman who likes to think of herself as non-judgmental, which she misspells, and generally accepting. But how they took the piggiest, chauvinistic, and over-the-top, arrogant a-hole, you, and then made him into a quasi-celebrity, spouting the crap you do, is beyond me. Really, you make me want to vomit. Isn't your looks alone, but more a combination of your nasal whine, ridiculous logic, and self-centered a-holeness that ultimately incurs a sickness in my soul for all that you are? I think she meant to say you. Remind me of those argumentative geeks in 10th grade who will never stop arguing ridiculous, totally whack ideas, yet will never, ever get laid. I see that this is all you have, and so I understand why you cling to your platform. However, I do think, without a doubt, if you had more respect for yourself, you would actually have the capacity to see women as equal, gifted, if in different ways, partners. But your self-hatred is then turned upon women who threaten you and make you feel exactly as you are. Fat, ugly, pale in comparison, and disappointing to your mother, who I can't believe for a second supports your views and the world. How unfortunate it must be to be you. Your head is so far up your own ass, and you are so far removed from reality that it beggars belief. By the way, good vocabulary on that one word. That's a rarely used transitive verb. Very good. Yours, Kelly. Well, I am just amazed, Kelly. First of all, nobody took me and made me into a quasi-celebrity. Whatever notoriety I have is because of the things I say. Because people agree with me. Because people understand where I'm coming from. Because there are many people out there who've been waiting for somebody who can speak for them. Because the world is full of politically correct pussies who pander to females like yourself. And I am not going to be one of the fray. I refuse to do it. I refuse to pander to the likes of you. I'm glad I make you want to vomit, dear. This show is not aimed at you. You are not in the target demographic of this program. You're not. The fact that I make you want to vomit means I'm doing the show right. Because the target audience of this show is men between 18 and 44. That's the target demographic of the Tom Leykis Show. It is not made for women. It is not made female-friendly or family-friendly. It is for adult guys. There's so many other places, if you're a woman that you could be going. I don't know why you waste your time listening here. It really doesn't make any sense to me. And by the way, calling me an a-hole, and she did not use the term a-hole, I added it, of course. Calling me an a-hole, darling, is not an insult. It's a compliment. I am an a-hole. I am arrogant about it. I am over the top. Because I'm tired of living in a world where everything is made safe for kids, safe for families, safe for women. Don't offend anybody. Don't say things that are obvious, like if you weigh 180 pounds, we're going to have ED. Just looking at you naked. The whole rest of the world does that. And I drew the line. I refuse to be another one of the crowd just kissing up to the likes of you. You just take one look into that Oprah audience. Those are all the people this show is not aimed at. All of them. Look at them. Look at them. You can turn on Oprah any day of the week. See that audience? That's not my audience. My audience is guys. Nothing. But we do not make the show easy for them to listen to. We do not make it female-friendly. We do not try to avoid offending or hurting feelings. And when you look fat in those pants, I say so, dear. That's what I do. The fact that you have a problem with it, Kelly, doesn't mean a damn thing to me except the fact that I'm doing it right. I'm thrilled that you don't like what I stand for. I'm thrilled that you don't like this show. You know what you should be concerned about, darling, is how many men you know. I don't know if you're married. I doubt it. But I don't know how many men you know, but what should be disturbing to you is how many men agree with what I have to say. Look around you, dear. There are so many men who agree with me. Many of them have to sit alone in their cars, as they are right now, and listen by themselves. Because if you were there, you'd complain about it. The reason our show does as well as it does is because we get your man when he's alone in his car, when you can't tell him what to listen to or what not to listen to. And we speak the truth, and we tell it like it is. And we have no problem with people with vaginas tuning in and listening to find out what men think. But when you find out what we think, how about you stop complaining about it and start looking at the other side? How about you start looking at it from a different point of view? And that is, this is what we're saying about you when you leave the room. This is what we're all saying about you when you leave the room. Don't you know that?
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM.
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-866.
Excuse me while I scratch my balls.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Mike.
Tom, what a breath of fresh air. I'm calling from Vancouver, where you used to be on the air here. However, because of the CRTC, which is a regulatory body of radio and television, they found your show offensive. However, I find that this politically correctness that is now, it's everywhere. I find that highly offensive. I find that watching television, as little as I do, but having to be exposed to Tampax and Kotex and every kind of feminine hygiene that's out in the market, I find that highly offensive. How about you?
Oh, well, of course I do. But again, it's not just that. Every single TV commercial, every television program, everything but sports on TV is made to be female-friendly. And even sports, having these chicks on the sidelines who don't know anything about football, doing interviews, female sportscasters, some of whom end up stooping the players they're covering. I mean, they try to make everything female-friendly. And I don't understand why that is.
I don't understand why they're on the air, except for maybe eye candy, because most of them, as you say, they don't know what they're talking about. They're reading a teleprompter, and what business does somebody who is supposed to be a journalist have doing a journalistic job like that, where they know nothing?
Well, look, it's been that way for a long time. In England, they've never been fooled. They don't call these anchor men or anchor women or anchor people. They call them news readers or news presenters, which is what they are. They're not journalists anyway.
No, they're not. And, as I said, it's unfortunate that I'm listening to you in Vancouver from a Seattle radio station, but this politically correct environment that we're in, it just sucks. Look,
well, if we get enough response from Vancouver, we're going to bring Boys Night Out to Vancouver. And the CRTC and all the other governmental agencies, they can't touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Tom, I had the pleasure of being at your Vancouver engagement. I guess it was about a couple years back.
Yes.
Fantastic time.
I'm glad you did.
I had a Tom-tistic time.
All right. Thank you for that. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Anna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you, Anna.
I just want to say the letter you read earlier, I totally agree with you. And I'm one who wasn't about a relationship, and I took some of your advice and got out of it, and my relationship now is even better. And just a lot of stuff you talk about. If women just listen to it and read more into the words, they'll get a lot more out of than they expect.
I know it's hard for women to listen when I say that women nag and women in this country chunk up after getting married or after moving in with a guy.
They do.
But instead of getting angry at me, look in the mirror, girls.
Thank you. I totally agree. I'm one of a foreign descent. And months ago, you had a discussion about how women who've grown up here and when they get married, how they start acting, and you are on it so deep. You are on it because I'm one who likes to pleasure your man. You're supposed to clean for your man, cook for your man, take care of your man. Your man is the king and you are his queen. That's the way I look at it. And when I say this to women, they say, oh, it's taking a step over you. No, that's just what a relationship is supposed to be, and that's how I've grown up.
Well, I wish more women would, instead of getting angry at me, like the letter writer, Kelly, I wish they would listen to the content of what I'm saying and come to grips with the fact that this is how most men feel about women.
Mm-hmm.
It just is.
Absolutely on it. You're exactly right. You do say some, excuse me, I can't talk today. You do say some harsh stuff, but it's the truth. And I want to say that any woman is listening, deep in their heart, they know it's true, that women are one of the most vicious creatures.
No doubt about it. Gary on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Do you care, Gary?
Oh, of course I care.
Doing great.
Yeah, I got a dilemma. I married a chick with, 4 years one time, and then the second year I married a chick was 70 years. I got all screwed up on that whole deal and stuff, and it did not go by the Tom Leykis rule of the time because I didn't hear you until the last couple, 2-3 years. It's like, holy. Glad I'm in Washington State, and I'm glad I don't have the alimony bullet down in
well, you got to watch your mouth. We can't say these words on the air.
Okay,
I love you to death, but this is radio, and you can't do it.
Okay, so and I can't have the stuff that goes down in California like it is in Washington. Washington State seems like it'd be a pretty hardcore place, which it is, and they'll jump you for anything, Take your license, they'll take your business license, they'll just like cream you to the ground where, hey, they're going to take your house home and basically put you on the street where you're walking on sidewalk or riding your bicycle, Then you hope you don't get hit by a car,
Wow,
I mean, this state is like crazy, and somebody ought to stand up and take care of what needs to be done because...
well, that's why we've done well in Washington State. It's because the state is run by vaginas. 2 vaginas as U.S. senators. You got a vagina governor.
Exactly. But I can understand the fact that when a mother's on Social Security and stuff, how come the kid's not on Social Security? On top of that, the kid's on welfare in Washington State, and I'm still paying. What's wrong with that?
Well, believe me, I completely understand, and we hear from you guys all the time about the way divorce works, child custody, vagina-money, child support. It's just ruthless. It's just it's insufferable for guys.
I get a letter in the mail. Hell, I'm going to do a review for a 30-month review and stuff. And, geez, if you're good enough to speak, right, we can get you that review and cut your child support down. That's not exactly what I'm after. I got 1 year left child support, but I have, back child support and stuff. And
wow.
it's not very much. Just I'm very current. It's like keep screw me, you know.
Every day I get emails from guys like you. Every day. I'm sorry. Feel your pain. Thanks for the call. Doug on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, what's going on?
Not much.
First-time caller, second-time listener.
Great.
Why you hate women so much, man?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
It sure sounds like it, man.
It does. Well, when you're drunk, your perception can be affected.
Is that right?
That's correct. What are you drinking today?
I drink vodka.
Yeah, I can tell.
Can you?
You start a little early, too.
Well, not that early.
Really?
Yeah, not that early, but...
What time did you start today?
About 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
It took you about 90 minutes to get up the guts to call up and say that daring phrase to me.
Oh, wow.
Little liquid courage in you, huh, pal?
Tommy, listen to me. It don't take no courage to call and talk to you.
Really? Oh, why do you need to booze at 2 o'clock in the afternoon? I mean, who's got problems here?
That's what I do. That's what I like.
Oh, that's great. Hey, you know what that's called? Alcoholism, pal.
Oh, is it?
That's right.
Wow.
And why would I take any critiques or criticism from an alcoholic like yourself?
Wow. Well, you're a smart man.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, why don't I just tuck my tail and run away?
Well, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? And why don't you think about this one last thing here? You know what? If you didn't forget about me hating women, you hate yourself. That's why you were drunk.
No, not really.
Yeah, I know. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Vodka, Monday afternoon at 2. Very good.
Yeah? Well, Tom, what can I say?
You pretty much shot your wad here.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not hard to pick out a boozer like you.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
That's how drunk you are. Are you going to be driving anywhere?
Yeah.
Probably into a telephone pole. Where are you going?
You support all that, though. What are you talking about?
What, drunk driving? When did I ever support drunk driving?
Well, you have callers calling in all the time about how they drink and drive, and it's okay.
Oh, and so if I have somebody call in and say they murdered somebody, that means I support murder?
Did you say it was okay when they did that?
No, I didn't.
That show? Do you remember that show?
I didn't. I do it every year, pal. Of course I remember. I remember all 6 shows I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll bet you remember, too. You probably couldn't get through.
No, I didn't want to get through that day.
You were driving drunk that day probably, too, right?
I never drive drunk, Tom.
Sure you don't.
No, sir, I don't.
Sure you don't. So what it is, you don't have a job.
What do you mean, sure I don't?
What do you do for a living?
I drive a truck for a living.
Really? Do you drink and drive?
Hell no.
No. You only drink when you're home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. I got a chair I drink in, Tom.
That's great. I bet you do. Probably got a spittoon, too.
I got a beautiful chair. No spittoon.
Bet you do.
I got a beautiful chair I drink in, Tom.
Sure you do. You sit there by yourself drowning your sorrows. I'm sure you do.
I have no sorrows, Tom.
Oh, sure. You're sitting home partying at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, sure. You're a happy guy. I believe you.
Your hate for women. Did you hate your mother like you hate all the women?
You know who I do love? Unlike you, myself. I love myself. And if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be drunk at 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's what I was asking. Do you hate
you know what? I'm not going to sit here and try to reason with a pathetic alcoholic calling from the bottom of the barrel, pal.
Like you've never been
calling from the gutter. Yeah, you got a nice seat to drink. It's called the curb. I've had enough. I've had enough. Goodbye. Unbelievable. What a boozer. A boozer and a loser. 1-800. I like a good drink like anybody, but I'm not sitting home at 2 drinking vodka. Tell you what. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Belinda. Is Belinda ready? Belinda on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Belinda.
How are you, darling?
Do you care, sweetheart?
Absolutely, I do. I'm a long-time listener, and I absolutely love you. These girls in California need to know. They need to know how to treat a man in order for their man, to treat them like gold. I mean, I'm absolutely freaking tired. I mean, where I grew up, my mother taught us that you get up in the morning, you go do your work, you come back from whatever job you have, you clean up, you cook for your man, and he will do anything that you want. Do they not understand that?
That's how it works.
Do they not understand that? I am married. I am married to an American man. My husband, I do everything for my husband. Everything. I absolutely love taking care of him. Whatever he wants. These girls have no idea. Anyway, Tom, I really love your show. I listen to you all the time. I absolutely love you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
Okay, have a good day.
Appreciate the call. Bob on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how's it going today?
All right, Bob.
Hey, it's bothered me for a long time is we're seeing it more and more in sports, like with Annika Sorkin's Stam wanting to golf in the men's tournaments. But how many men do you see golfing in the women's tournaments? There's no way they'd allow that.
Oh, of course.
They want to have their chance to be able to play in the men's tournaments because, well, I think I'm good enough to play with you, but we know you're too good to play with us, so we want our in. And
right.
I just think it's such a big double standard when you hear all this stuff. It just really irritates me.
And you're supposed to say how great it is. You're supposed to say, oh, isn't it great? Women competing on a man's level. Isn't great? And it's not great. It's not great because, A, they get their asses kicked. And B, yeah, you're right. No man could ever play in the LPGA, ever.
Right, and it's you find more and more sports. I find it in bowling tournaments and stuff that the women can bowl in the men's, but the men can't bowl in the women's. And it's like, where is that fair? You know, they want equal rights, but, you know, they want to be able to do whatever they can, but a man's got to kind of, well, okay, you're good enough, so we're forced, somebody's going to say, you have to play. Yeah. And it's just not fair. I get tired of it sometimes. Such a double standard.
I don't blame you.
Thank you. Have a good one, Tom. Thanks.
I appreciate it. This is Bill on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
I'm doing okay.
You know what I would like to tell you? It was so refreshing to hear you actually take somebody out old school. It hasn't happened. At least I haven't heard it in a long time.
Yeah, that's real. That's real old school.
Yeah, that's how it used to always be. And
well, that's what people ask me. They say, how did the Take Me Out thing get started? How did Blow Me Up Tom get started? No, in the old days, people didn't ask me to blow them up. They got it when they didn't want it.
Exactly. It was great, and it made my day.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Have a good one.
Thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
In order, I scream, it's 3 o'clock, I gotta turn Tom Leykis on, and all my girlfriends think I'm crazy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. Coming this Friday to Sneaky Pete's. That's right, we're coming to Dallas this Friday. Show starts at 5 o'clock, not 7, 5. If you get there at 7, all the good seats will be taken. All the good places to stand will be taken. Hopefully all the booze won't be drunk by then. So, 5 o'clock this Friday, Sneaky Pete's, as we invade the Metroplex again for our friends at Live 105.3. That's right, 5 o'clock local time, of course, Greg. You're absolutely right. 5 o'clock Dallas time. The show starts normally at 7 o'clock Dallas time on the radio. But we do the show beginning at 5. You just don't hear it until 7. So you'll get to hear the whole show in order the way God intended. This Friday at Sneaky Pete's beginning at 5 Dallas time. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Evie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Evie. Evie, not aware she's on the air, called in to give me a piece of her mind, tell me off. Amazing. Evie is out there somewhere. She sure told me off, I'll tell you. Evie? There we go. All right, that's the end of Evie. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Marvin on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Tom? How you doing? This is Marvin. I'm calling out of Los Angeles. I just wanted to say that I've been listening to your show, and it's just amazing how you make us think different about the way we live, about the things we do, and how we take things for granted. I'm original from El Salvador, and just wanted to tell you that our women out there in Central America, South America, and in Mexico are not like that. We just come to America and we just get the system the way they live it over here, and we start doing the same thing over and over.
Right. No, so, I'm well aware of it, but I've dated many women from that part of the world, and I got to tell you, they're a different breed. They're a different breed.
Because I tell you, in our countries, we have such a poor economy that we live with very, very little resources. We live and we manage our money. We manage the way we live. They take care of us. They take care of their kids. They work. They do everything, and they have time for everything. We just enjoy ourselves, you know, and it's funny how you just come to this country and everything starts changing from one day to the other.
No doubt about it.
And, you know, many of us are just starting to open up our eyes and starting to realize how we are afraid of women. And we don't speak up. Just stay quiet.
It's time for us to speak up, and it's time for us to say that certain things about women are unacceptable. There are certain things we're not going to put up with. We're not going to put up with bitching. We're not going to put up with complaining. You know what? We go out and earn the money. We pay for all this. I'm getting tired of guys who put up with women who complain all the time, when the fact is, if we didn't put the money up, if we didn't go out and work our asses off every day for 40 years until we're dead, they wouldn't have anything. And then on top of that, they say they don't need us. They don't need us while they're collecting child support from us. They don't need us while they're collecting vagina money from us. They don't need us while when they're with us, we're paying the rent, we're paying the mortgage, we're paying the electric bill, we're paying the gas bill, we're paying the cable bill, we're paying the bill for their kids, their prenatal care, their handbags, their sweaters, their accessories. We pay for the groceries. We pay for everything.
But you know what the funniest thing? I think it has more to do with the system. Because I see a lot of our Latinas out there are starting to get the same kind of attitude. And you know, our first generation of Latinos are not like that. Our second and third generations are starting to become like that as well.
Well, because they're Americans, and that's what I'm talking about. It's not just about whether you're Latina. It's whether you're an American. And the more American women are, the more they cop this attitude.
Because, I mean, I heard before that you dated Latinas before, dated from South America. And, you know, about them taking care of themselves, being slim, looking good, looking sharp. They don't have to go anywhere for them to look nice and sharp. And they want to go to school and they want to take care of this. They want to, you know, educate themselves. And men don't have a problem with women being who they are, earning their place, and, you know, being able to accomplish many things that some men cannot accomplish. I just heard a loser that was calling you on the radio and drinking at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, please, that's just an embarrassment to all men out here who are listening to your show.
I know. And then criticizing me, for God's sake.
Hello?
Terry in Portland, Oregon. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Thank you. Hello?
Yes, did you want to talk to Tom?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, hold on, please. The Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Terry on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Did you want to talk to Tom?
Oh, anybody would do fine.
All right. Or why don't you tell me first, and then you can tell Tom.
Too.
You do?
Yeah, everybody's different in their life.
Really?
People. And
That's
people
so.
don't know how to accept other people. And, you know, I know that I'm not perfect, so there's somebody else that's not perfect. You know,
what are you talking about?
People are not perfect.
Yeah, okay, wonderful. Sage words. Huh?
You put people down. I need to know, asking questions, why?
I put people down. I give the reasons at the time I'm putting them down. Which people? What are you referring to?
Or just anybody.
Well, some people deserve to be put down.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Really? Oh, so you think I shouldn't put down a guy who starts drinking at 2 in the afternoon, then picks up the telephone and starts dialing in?
Maybe he works nights or something, and his days are mixed up.
Well, guess what? I'll tell you what. You're sitting over at 2 in the afternoon drinking vodka.
No,
you shouldn't embarrass yourself by calling a radio program. I'm talking about anybody.
Hey, you know what? This is good. Oh, no, I'm just trying to be serious. Maybe the guy worked nights.
I don't really care.
Well, you take the phone calls then.
But guess what? I am not customer service. What do you think this is, Bangalore? This is not customer service. I'm not here to be polite to people. I'm not here to be accepting of people. I'm not here to be inclusive or to celebrate diversity. I don't really give a rat's ass.
This must be God then.
Maybe.
Amen.
Thank you for that, dear.
Tom Leykis.
Come on.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
It's John on a cell phone. Hello.
Hello, John.
No, you're John. Wait. I know you're messed up. You're John. I'm Tom.
I'm sorry. Whew, my mind's crazy.
I know.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is TJ on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Great.
I just have one quick question because I'm at work. I know you require, and I believe everyone is entitled to want what they want. But why is it you require your women to be dependent on you? You know, focused on you, not working, which is all fair and good as far as, you know, if that's what you want. But then you hold it against them for being dependent on you.
Well, first of all, I don't require that women do anything. In fact, I don't require that they be in a relationship with me, frankly.
No, the ones that you were with. I'm saying to be in a relationship with you.
I said if I were to marry somebody, what is the point of marrying them unless they're going to be there to provide me with things I can't get by being unmarried?
And that's fair. But you hold it against them and say things like, I'm taking care of this, I'm doing it. Basically, you're holding it against them.
I'm holding it against them when they complain about what they've got.
Okay.
Nobody forces them to accept free rent, free groceries, free clothing, free everything. Nobody forces them to accept that.
No, I agree.
If they don't like it, they should get out.
Okay, agreed. But when you say things like, you know, we take care of those beeps and beeps and beeps, well, you do it because that's part of the agreement to be with you.
I don't know what you mean.
When you tell the, you know, when you're basically when you complain about, and again, not the ones who are complaining about, you know, what they have, but the ones who are not, they're just there, and you're basically saying, you know, women aren't, you know, women aren't crap because all they do is take from us because we're taking care of them.
Again, you didn't hear the whole thing I said. Okay. That was a response to women who complain about us or nag us as if they're happy. I'm happy to have them be dependent as long as they provide me. In other words, it's quid pro quo.
Exactly.
I'll work. I'll make the money. I'll pay the bills. You take care of the house and be there when I get home and don't F other people. Okay, that's the deal. If you don't like that arrangement, get out.
Okay, that's fair. I always wanted to know the answer to that.
That's the answer.
All right, bye, darling.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate the call. Our email address is my name. By the way, I'm sitting here. I've got a computer right here with me in the studio today. So you can write to me and I will see it right while I'm sitting here. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Tom@blowmeuptom.com. By the way, check out our redesigned website. Everyone else redesigned theirs, so we had to do ours. Go to www.blowmeuptom.com. Our web address again, blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.